So our firm, Aquilae 21, were assigned the Small Claims Court. To start with, we conducted our own individual research as to what this involved, and then we went on court visits in both Exeter and in our hometowns. Following this, we met as a group, we discussed our findings, and then we decided we would break down into 5 pairs to address the 5 questions. The remaining 2 of us became the director and then also the editor and filmer.
The primary representation of power in the court layout lies with the judge appointed to the case. In a small claims court, the judge sits directly beneath the royal coat of arms. This symbolises the judge as a representative of the monarch, who is the font of justice in the UK. Both the defence and prosecution directly face the judge, who sits at the head of the room on a raised bench. Each side has opportunity to present their arguments and has the right to a fair trial, which is reflected in the divided layout of the courtroom. The judge's position accentuates his power to determine the legal principles arising from a case and to subsequently apply an appropriate remedy. They also have power to control the progress of a case and to offer alternative dispute resolution as seen fit. Finally, the public sit at the back of the courtroom, which shows that they have limited power in affecting the outcome of the case. However, their presence suggests that they have moral authority in acting as an outside source for justice.
So we're just going to talk through some of the most significant leaflets and booklets that we found that are most important to what we're talking about. So here is I'm in a dispute, what can I do? It offers advice on how to resolve a dispute, alternative resolutions to go into court, the court process and proceedings, and what to do if you win or lose a case. Next we have how do I make a court claim, and this offers advice on how to start and how to prepare your court claim. Also offers financial advice and what to do once a verdict and decision has come through.
So next we looked at I've started a claim in court, what happens next? This leaflet looks at what a person should do if they start a claim against a defendant and that defendant does not respond to the claim, or if they haven't, if they defended all the claims, or if they paid the claims already. Next, and finally, we looked at small claims trap in the civil courts. This leaflet looks at what an individual should do if they have questions about what happens or how to take a civil claim, where the claim should go, and what happens after a claim has been heard.
This firm considered that an important way to ensure the best ethical representation of a client was to communicate effectively with the client with regards to the disclosure of sensitive information. For example, all litigants must respect the confidentiality of client information beyond the firm. Additionally, within the firm, the litigants must ensure that they have the consent of the client to disclose sensitive information to a court of law. Even after court proceedings, the litigant is responsible for communicating the decision of the court in layman's terms, ensuring that the client understands fully any directions imposed by the court. Furthermore, the litigant must be clear with any actions that they take with the client, and they must not mislead the client, threaten them, or unduly influence them. Finally, the litigator must not take advantage of litigants in person of the opposing party to the client, as the court will recognise that failure to do so will impede the adjudicative process of a client's case.
When making a small claim through the county court, defendants and litigants submit opposing arguments to an adjudicator. This format allows each side an equal opportunity to advance its case and ensures a full coverage of all the issues within the case. After being presented with all the facts and having heard the arguments of each party, the judge then makes a decision on the facts of the case. Defendants and litigants can choose to represent themselves or to instruct a solicitor to make submissions to the adjudicator on behalf of them. In some cases, it is permitted for defendants and litigants to be supported by volunteers from charity groups. Representatives need to work closely with their clients to ensure they fully understand the circumstances of the case and are able to communicate their client's case effectively. In small claims procedures, the adjudicator has all the power to decide on both the facts and legal principles within a case. The power vested in the adjudicator allows them to direct the defendants and litigants and their representatives in questioning them on the key aspects of the case to ensure that any uncertainties are explored in detail. Having reviewed the facts of the case, the independence of the judge allows him to come to a fair and balanced verdict.
On observation of the case, it seems that the parties were welcomed into a neutral environment. This helped to instantly ease both parties into discussion. The parties spoke individually and without interruption. This helped to ensure that the hearing was fair and that there was an equal distribution of contribution. Parties were able to submit bundles of evidence prior to the hearing. After the judgment, the judge sought to confirm that both parties were content with the manner of discussion and felt that they'd had a fair trial. It was clear that the litigants had sufficient guidance and clarification throughout. Furthermore, the measures I have mentioned indicate that they were able to speak freely and with ease.